Got this ice cream. It's dripping everywhere. See, this is where I don't know what to do in public. I don't have any common sense or public etiquette for doing things like eating ice cream or grocery shopping. I get lost. It's like, what do I do? Like, why? I have all kinds of questions. Like, why is there not like a plate or something that it can drip into while I sit down? It was dripping in the store the second she gave it to me. I'm just kind of like, I get very irritated and confused by these kinds of situations. So now I don't know what to do. I mean, I can only eat this so fast. I'll get brain freeze. What am I supposed to do? See? Yeah. I'm highly disappointed by this experience. Note to self, never go on a date, especially with a beard, and be so stupid. I knew something was wrong because the child that rang me up had way more common sense than me, and she was looking at me like I was an idiot, having ordered this thing. It's obnoxious. This is the most obnoxious thing ever. I don't want to eat ice cream. My God, that was messy. I went back into the store after I finished everything. I had ice cream all in my beard, all over one of my hands. And, I got no one to blame here but myself. I'm an idiot. It's 81 degrees. I live in Texas. I order a 2-scoop ice cream on a waffle cone. I guess you have to do all kinds of crazy things when you got to lick around it and do all kinds of shit that, quite frankly, makes me uncomfortable, just to be honest. I'm just being honest with you. I don't like to have to chase my food around like that out in public. I would never, if I had those ingredients at the house, I would never opt for a cone. I have no clue why I did that. So I go back inside. There's no restrooms in there. And, this beeping is killing me. Let's wait for it to pass. Is that really necessary? Why don't they just have a contraption that opens up and a hand comes out and slaps me in my face when the seatbelt's not buckled? It's like, I'm an adult. Well, I may not function like an adult, but I don't need you to annoy me into doing the right thing by putting on my seatbelt. A couple of dings is fine. I hate that. And I know why they do it. It's for their little statistics. So Toyota Camry, they can say, oh, we have so many survivable car accidents in a year, blah, 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 blah. And they annoy the crap out of you until you put your seatbelt on. So you become a part of their marketing statistic that helps them sell more cars. Or whatever the case is. It lowers the insurance. Whatever it is. It's always about money when something like that happens. And you're wondering why. It's always about money. I've been on a job down in medical center area, around college, Midtown area around here. There's colleges over there. And we're building it's a dorm that we're installing sprinkler systems in. And the parking garage is so incredibly low. And this is really high real estate property, a very expensive real estate area because of its location. So the taxes are going to be astronomical. The property cost had to have been astronomical. And it's like an 8-story building. And it's like the parking garage is so tiny that in the future, anytime they need plumbers or electricians or anyone to come in, even delivery trucks, like if you're doing furniture, whatever the case may be, you're not getting in that parking garage. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, I know it has to do with money, but it's like, you're telling me all this concrete, all this infrastructure, all this design, and you can't make the parking garage, at least on the first level where you have access to one of the freight elevators, 3 feet higher? I mean, it ought to be 5 feet higher, but it's just like, just add 3 feet. I mean, regular trucks, civilian trucks, are going to have problems fitting into this thing. And of course, if I had the answer to that in front of me, it's not like the engineers are aloof of this. It comes down to money. That extra 2-3 feet is probably an extra $200,000-$300,000 or, $500,000 or something, and it all adds up. But it just removes the functional capacity away from the building so much. It really is mind-blowing that they would do that. But anyways, I walked inside the Marble Slab Creamery, and I was like, yeah, that was stupid of me. She was like, yeah, that doesn't work well. I don't know why you ordered that. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. She was like, yeah, they're impossible to eat. I was like, well, do you have any more napkins? And she's like, sure. Would you like a cup? And it's like, I don't know why she's offering a cup. I was like, no, I don't want a cup. I just want some napkins, please. And she gave me some napkins. My fingers are sticky. I'm going to have to go over here to the water fountain at the public access water fountain area in the park. The problem with that situation, see, this is why when I'm out in public with other adults, I copy them. Like, had I been out there with Potter Piper or Greg Tunnel or any one of you, Dave, Piper Dave, I don't let y'all order first. And I would act like I'm letting you order first because I'm a generous, selfless person. No, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. I would have even picked the flavor, and I would have changed the topping. That way you wouldn't think I'm trying to copy you. I'd be like, what? No, I happen to like red velvet too. I do like red velvet. And I'd have copied you. And you never would have known the better for it. But I'd have been like, oh, that's the thing to do. That's what I would have done. So. I have some strengths, but I have a lot of weaknesses. And, I'm the last person you would want navigating a mall or an airport for my terminal. I'm predictably bad at finding something on a shelf. Like if you made me a grocery list. My God, what would take your everyday average woman, the time it would take for her to go in there and pull those items, or even just an average dude, is a fraction of the time it takes me. Like, I'm up and down every aisle overlooking everything. I'm not good at that kind of, I don't know what it is. But I tend to get overwhelmed with data when I'm trying to find something among a lot of other items. The data overwhelms me. I'm not very good at that. So I would not be good if you gave me some cryptic alphabet and you're telling me to find certain letters on a page filled with other letters. I'm not very good at finding or breaking that code. All I see is a bunch of data. And it overwhelms me, and I act like a child, and I don't know what to do. I don't know why I passed my turn. I kind of wish that girl would have told me, now, sir, I understand you're an adult, at least you think you are, and that you've got some life experience. However, this is Texas. I know it looks nice and it looks cool to have a double scoop stacked waffle cone ice cream. But unfortunately, it's already melting. It's going to continue to melt. And because you have a beard, I'd highly recommend you went ahead and opted for the waffle bowl. It's the same thing, easier to eat, and you won't look like an ass. Because you just went outside and you put ice cream all over our sidewalk, and now it's going to attract ants, and people are going to step in it, all because you don't have the sense. And again, to me, it's just like, well, because that's an issue, can't you just give me a paper plate? Like, can it not be common practice? You have tables outside, right? If I were to hold that over a plate, a saucer, a dish of some kind, something very cheap, that even though my hand got a little sticky, I could still eat it if I so elected to eat it, because I just, whatever, I have some type of association to the cone where it makes it, I don't know, it's like a fit of nostalgia for a time that's gone by in the 80s or something, and I want to eat the friggin' cone. It's like, why can't that be a thing? Okay, I get very irritated by these little details. For instance, I went to Subway earlier and I got a 6-inch sandwich. I purposefully ate small, because I'm a pig, not thinking I was going to get an ice cream, and I went right next door to the kolache factory thinking I'd buy a kolache. Well, the kolache factory closes at 2 p.m. I understand they serve, typically their rushes are for breakfast. I understand that. But they're scheduled to close at 2. Okay? They're scheduled to close at 2. It is 11:45 and I'm in there, and 98% of all their inventory is sold out. So to me, it's like, well, why don't you just close your door? I understand you're going to lose product, but it's just like, if that's the rush, if the bulk of your money is made at that time, is it really worth paying your employees to stay there? Pay them an hourly wage for those hours while you pretty much have no customers coming and buying stuff. And when they do walk in there, they have like 2 or 3 kolaches to choose from, that the only reason they're even on the shelf to begin with is because most people don't like them, and they've probably been under the heat lamp for so long that they're not really worth buying anyways. That same Subway I ate a sandwich at closes at 10 p.m. I've been in there at 8:30 p.m. because I come to this area to walk it, and sometimes I need to use the restroom, so I'll buy a drink just so I can use the restroom. And she had the bathrooms, and I know why she's doing it. She had the bathrooms bordered up to where you couldn't use it because she's getting off work. They're closing in an hour and a half. And it annoys me because I'm like, well, part of the customer experience is to have the ability to wash the shit off my hands that is being transferred from all the doorknobs and different things I'm touching to get here. So unless you're assuming I'm going to take this to go and go home and wash my hands before I eat this, I have no access to piss, crap, or wash my hands, even though you offer that as part of the customer service package. But because when it's time for you to leave, you don't want to have to scrub a toilet, which this kind of stuff blows my mind. Having worked blue collar, I got news for you. Cleaning a toilet is nothing. It's so easy. The fact that someone's grossed out by cleaning a toilet, just regular wear and tear throughout the day on a toilet. You got some piss on it. You got some shit stains in the bottom of it. Do you have any idea how quickly I would clean that and not care? And clean out the sink and sweep the floor and mop it. It's so simple. Anyone exposed to any kind of real work knows that's not work. That could be done in 5 or 10 minutes. And it's like, I'm here and I can't use your restroom because when you turn the lights off and you lock the doors and clean up, you just want to skedaddle. And I understand that because she or he is working for minimum wage, and that's just what they do. But it's just kind of like, hey, had I been working there and had someone like me walked in, I'd have gone, go ahead. I pre-cleaned it, but try to be clean. But it wasn't offered. It wasn't even offered, and it pissed me off. And I'm not going to call and make a big stink about it because I don't want to make the life of someone working at Subway hard by being a Karen. But it's just the mindset behind. It's like that guy that gets on your ass and he's rushing to get to work or to get home. It's like, dude, just leave earlier. Like, instead of being a maniac on the road, just plan ahead. You know what I mean? Like, other than you feeling like you're going to you're trying to get to a restroom because something's going on in your stomach, I don't really see a reason, for the most part, for you to be driving that way. But you're inconveniencing and acting like a maniac. You're inconveniencing me because of your own poor planning. And I just feel like, everyone's been forced into this rat race of a system where they feel like they have to do these weird things to make up for lost time or something, and it's kind of unfortunate.